Another day, another dollar. Thank the Lord for another 24. God, I knew that was. I'm just getting back to the crib. Late night grind, back day. We got it in. We got that muscle, man. We getting swole up, man. I'm loving my cut. I'm down 30 pounds, baby. Feeling good. Getting ready for the summer. Quick correctional officer video, though. I'm talking to my new recruits, my new correctional officers, man. You finally, got off of your OJT training. You're not shadowing nobody no more. This is day one. Your first day on the job by yourself. I'm going to give you a few things to expect. You know, I understand it's your first time. You may have never worked corrections before. You know, now you're on your own. You like a deer in headlights. You know, you get to work. Y'all have roll call or the lieutenant or sergeant tell you where you working at. And they send you on your way. It's your first day in there on the unit, man. You looking, it's 100 inmates. They looking at you. They know you new. They probably walking around, mean mugging, probably got their shirt off, tattooed up, 100 thug, 100 convicted felons, and just you. You like, what the hell did I got myself into, man? Don't worry, man. I was the same way my first time ever working in corrections. You know, I was like damn near like a deer in headlights. I wasn't scared, you know, and I knew how to defend myself if some shit went down, you know, but you're going to naturally be nervous just because it's your first time doing something new, being in that type of environment. But like I said, I'm gonna give y'all a few pointers. You know, the first thing, you know, going into it day one is to expect the unexpected. That's one thing I can say about prison. You know, you never know what's going to happen when you go in for your shift. Anything can go down at any time. I don't care. You could be there 15 minutes and some shit go down. I mean, there's been plenty of times in my career I just got to work or I'm about to get off and something goes down. I remember I was working day shift and I'm working down in the mental health unit, right? And I wasn't even there 15 minutes, man. I'm in there talking to the inmate that cleans the office. You know, we chopping it up a little bit. I'm drinking my coffee, and out the corner of my eye, I see a whole bunch of movement and commotion. So I look, man, there's two inmates out there fighting on the unit, man. I'm like, damn. I tell the inmate to get out the office. I gotta handle this. You know, I get on my walkie-talkie. I say, I got an inmate fight. What unit was I working? 2G or 2H? I got an inmate fight on 2H. Inmate fight 2H. So I get out there, man. I tell them, knock that shit off, knock it off. They keep going, man. Young black kid, he whooping on this older white man. He wouldn't stop, man. Ooh. So you know what I did? I pulled my OC out, my pepper spray. He's like, I told y'all to stop. Y'all got one more time before I spray both of y'all asses. So they wouldn't stop. You know, it really wasn't even the older white guy's fault, man. I don't know what the beef was about, what the smoke was about. They got into it for one reason or another, had some kind of disagreement, man. And the young black kid, he was wearing I was trying to hit, when I sprayed him, I was trying to hit him, you know, but the shit happened so crazy, right? It's like the young kid had the older white man in the headlock. He punching them, boom, boom. And they kind of turned right when I sprayed. And I done hit the damn, the older white man. He ate most of the OC spray. The young black kid, he didn't even get hit, man. I was like, damn, I done messed up. He done got his ass whooped and he got sprayed on accident, you know. But it was what it was, you know. Things like that, it can happen just like that, like a snap of a finger, man. You don't know what's going to go out. And make a pull out a big-ass shank. Start karate chopping at somebody, man, filet mignon somebody on the unit right in front of you. Inmate try to commit suicide. I done found an inmate that hung himself before. He was dead, left me to find him in between my rounds. I had to save an inmate's life before, man. I was about to get relieved. It was like around 3:20, and I'm about to get relieved, man. And I was working 2 units. I worked at the low security prison that day. I was on overtime. On day shift, you work both units, you work both sides, but you stay on one side. So it's like 3:30. I'm about to get off, you know, everything. It was a smooth day all the way up to that moment, man. The inmates from the other side come running over. They knocking on the office. They like, yo, CEO, you need to get over to the other side. This dude that fell out in the shower. So I immediately, boom, I spring into action, man. I'm up. My alertness is up from 0 to 100. I run over there. He's in the shower. He done fell out. He done had 2 massive heart attacks in the shower. The water was still running. He was butt naked, laid face down. So I got on my walkie-talkie. I was like, you know, I need medical assistance up in, that day I was working Granville unit or Durham unit. I was down the hill. I think it's Durham unit. That's the upstairs unit. I need medical assistance in Durham unit. We got an inmate down, so I put some gloves on, roll him over, eyes wide open. He ain't even breathing, nothing, like he cold to the touch. So I immediately start pumping his chest, doing CPR. Boom, boom, boom. Some more staff arrive. I still doing this. Then somebody else takes over. They had the nurses and finally got up there with the crash cart, the nurses and medical staff. They had to shock him like 9, 8, 10 times, man. He ended up living though, man. I saved his life. They gave me a cash award. They gave me an award, $500 for saving his life, because if I wouldn't have started CPR, I was just doing my job, though. That's what you're paid to do. That's our job. We not just correctional officers. We medical assistants. We're counselors, psychologists, man. And we play a lot of different roles working as correctional officers, correctional staff, But he ended up living, man. But I say all that to make this point. Your first day on the job, anything can go down. You could go in there, man, your first day, man, an inmate gets stabbed on your unit, man. You ain't never seen nothing like that. You like, damn, what do I do? This is the thing. Don't just stand there and not do nothing. Get on your radio, call for help. Shit, even if you don't know all the lingo that we use on the walkie-talkies, shit, say your unit, I need help in such and such unit. I need help. People are going to come running. Staff are going to start responding as soon as possible. Anything else, an inmate may try to assault you. Inmate may try to commit suicide. You may have a mass riot, and you just never know. Always go into it expecting the unexpected, because like I said, anything at any time, it doesn't matter what. It could be a holiday, weekend, night shift, evenings, day shift, lunchtime. Anything can go down, man. You just have to expect the unexpected. The next thing is to expect to be thrown to the wolves. Your first day, man, expect they're going to throw you your equipment, or you're going to be going to the unit wherever you're working to relieve whoever. They may tell you what happened that day. You can ask them a couple questions, but they're not trying to stay extra 15, 20 minutes trying to, coach you on how to do your job, their first day. You're going to have to learn on the fly. You don't expect, the lieutenant or the supervisor to be coming down there babysitting you while you're supposed to be watching the inmate. It's up to you to sink or swim. They're going to throw you to the wolves. That's how it goes. The first day you're off a training or shadowing a senior officer, it's like you get your walkie-talkie, you get your keys, your handcuff, your pepper spray, your taser, whatever equipment that you get at your facility. And it's like you on your own, man. They lock you in. You may be working with somebody else. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be just you and the inmates, So, like I said, you either sink or you swim, man. You get in there and you start cracking some heads, man. You start learning the job. You're going to make mistakes along the way. The inmates are going to beat you. They know you're new. They know you don't know the policy or how things run. They're going to have you trying to spin you, having you, doing things like making unnecessary calls to other, like education, medical department, when they know they're supposed to walk down there and fill out a cop out or, fill out a request form to see those people. They're going to have you, so like I said, you're going to learn as you go, though, man. That's the best experience. I don't care what nobody says. On the job, learning, being in the unit, interacting with the inmates, working with the inmates, seeing how they move, and seeing what's going on. That's the best on the job experience. They send you, of course, they send you to the academy, but I feel like going to the academy is just like a formal introduction to corrections. That's it. Everything you need to know, you're going to learn on the job as you go. Like I said, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get beat sometimes by the inmates. Say you passing out trays. The inmates may beat you for an extra lunch tray, things like that. But those are correctable things. As you learn, it's a learning lesson. That's how you become a seasoned officer. You become a veteran officer. You learning the job on the go. You know what I'm saying? Next thing. Expect the inmate. I just said this a second ago. Expect the inmates to try to get over on you, to try to play you, to try to manipulate you, to try to spin you. Like I said, this is your first day. They already know that you a rookie, you a fish, whatever you want to call it. They know you new to the scene. Like I said, you don't know how things go down. So you're going to expect, like if you're a female, expect the inmates to be trying to get FaceTime coming up in your office, asking you questions and things like that, just trying to get a feel for you. Your job is to shut all that shit down. They ain't in there asking you for some toilet paper or something like that, or asking the question. Once they ask the question, you give them the answer. It's time for them to vamos, disappear. You don't need them in your face unnecessarily. And like I said, they're gonna try to do things, man, like. You locking down the unit, you knew they may try to run to the ice machine, this and that, man. Try to stay out as long as they can. You will learn all that on the go, though, man. Once you figure out the games they play, how shit goes, man, it's going to be like a walk in the park, man. It's going to be like another day, man. It gets easier as you go, Of course, you don't know what's going on if you never worked. Even if you worked at another institution, let's say you worked at a state prison, and you get on a federal prison, you got your background from the state joint, of course take that with you, but you have to understand that they do things a little bit differently. So you have to learn their policy, their procedure, how they do things, this and that, but the on-the-job experience is the best experience, and you're going to get good. You're going to get better, man. Just keep learning. If you got a question about something, call somebody. Never tell an inmate, yes, if you're unsure about something, man. Always be like, I'm not sure about that. Let me call somebody and check on that for you, because then they feel like they got you on the hook. You said yes. Oh, now what? You said yes, CO, so what's the problem? Things like that. I always say if I'm not sure about something or I don't have a definite answer, I tell the inmates, like I said, I don't know the answer for sure. I can't make no guarantees, but let me make some phone calls and see what I can do, and I'll get back with you and let you know. Things like that, The next thing, expect to get overwhelmed and be busy on your first shift, Like I said, I've just mentioned this a few times. You don't know how things go. The inmates are going to try to spin you. You still trying to learn all the policy and procedures. So your first day, your first week on the unit, you may be overwhelmed. You may be busy. You may be doing things the harder way when there's like, a senior officer that's been there 5 or 10 years. They know how things go. They can get, maybe what takes them a couple minutes to lock down the whole unit. It may take you 10 or 15 minutes to lock down the unit just because you're new and you don't know how everything goes, what games the inmates play, things of that nature. So like I expect to be overwhelmed, but that's a good thing. Staying busy, staying productive, in the beginning is a good thing because that shows you're learning the job. You're learning what needs to be done, how to be a good correctional officer. Get in there, start searching cells, searching inmates, doing your rounds, challenging the inmates, things like that. Let them know, that you're eager to learn the job and you're eager to be a good correctional officer. You're not just going to come in there and be no slug. They're not just going to be able to do anything they want, walk all over you, things of that nature. You got to get in there and set the tone from day one, And then once you identify with who you want to be as a correctional officer, what's your style of corrections, stay that way. Don't switch up, Don't come in there, being a hard ass. They call it a hack. Like a hacksaw. It stands for hard ass carrying keys. Don't go in there being a RoboCop, tough guy, hard ass. You busting the inmates' balls every chance you get. And then the next day you go in there trying to be cool with the inmates, asking them how their day was, having sidebar conversation. That's not being consistent, If you're going to be a hack, be a hack. If you're going to float down the middle, you're not too firm. You're not too soft. You kind of in the middle. You laid back, but you do your job. Then be that. And be that way from day one to the end of your career. Don't switch up, man. You have to be consistent when you're working behind that wall. You know what I'm saying? The last thing I'm going to leave y'all with, and I mentioned this earlier, is expect to learn on the job and to pick up on how things go fast. You're going to learn fast. It's like just because you're a rookie officer, it's your first day, doesn't mean that things slow down. It doesn't mean like they just put the inmates in there and it's their first time in prison and it's your first time working as a correctional officer. It doesn't work like that. You have to pick up on things and see how things go. Things move fast. Like I said, your first day on the yard, a fight can break out on your unit, man. You got to be able to adapt and spring into action. You You can't play the rookie card forever. You can't say, oh, I didn't know I'm a rookie, this and that. You have to learn the job fast because shit moves. Man, these inmates, man, they making moves, scheming, plotting. They got 24 hours to come up with schemes, how to get over on you, how to try to get dope into prison, how to try to compromise you to get you to become a dirty staff, stuff like that. So you have to constantly be on the pivot, keep your head on the swivel, always remember the policy, the procedure, do the basics like your rounds, make sure everything's good when you're doing your rounds, making sure they're not in there fighting, trying to kill each other, trying to commit suicide, getting high, smoking dope, falling out in the unit, trying, ODing and stuff like that. Those are the basics, safety and security of the institution. Those are your primary objectives when you work as a correction officer. You want the security, making sure nobody's trying to escape, things of that nature, and the safety. They're not in there fighting each other, trying to stab each other up, getting high off of drugs, moving contraband around the unit, not being where they're supposed to be, things of that nature. You're not going to be able to catch every little thing. It's impossible working in corrections because you have to think that inmates far outnumber us as correctional staff. You may have 1,500 inmates at your prison, but only 300 staff total, So when you're working all yourself on the unit, it's just you and let's say 100 inmates. You could be walking around doing your rounds, doing cell searches in the back of the unit. The inmates, guess what? In the other side of the unit, they doing something they're not supposed to do. You're not, like I said, you're not going to catch everything. You got to try to control what you can, and keep it moving. Don't beat yourself up if you miss something, man. It's a part of it, man. Even the most perfect definition of what a correctional officer is, even they make mistakes on the job, baby. You're going to be all right. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got merchandise for sale on my website. Shop with me, www.theghettobodybuilder.com. I got a lot of hoodies and t-shirts, motivational, gym, fitness related quotes and captions on there. Anytime you buy some merchandise from me, you personally support my craft, my creativity. I created everything you see on my website, man. But yeah, those are some of the things you may encounter on your first date, man. You just go into it, man, and just do your best. Try to stick to the policy procedure. You'll be all right, man. Y'all got any comments, questions, or ideas for future videos y'all may want me to do? Drop a comment. I'll be sure to get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we come, man. Let's get motivated.